Hello, this is the third video about Avaya Easy Code Configurator. Before making the design, let's consider the most important characteristics of the preferred edition. Preferred edition comes over the Essential edition and enables much more advanced features, like MeetMe audio conferencing. It also enables Voicemail Pro, which is much more scalable and resilient than embedded voicemail. Also, it enables call recording and advanced user profiles. Office worker, mobile worker, teleworker, and power users, all these user productivity packages comes in a preferred edition. As a prerequisite for preferred edition is Essential edition. Unified communication model is one of the most important part of this edition. It is optional, but it enables installation of the 1x portal and preferred edition inside IP Office chassis. This model could be installed in any port of the chassis, one model per chassis. Up to 50 user packages, including 1x portal users. And by default, 4 voicemail ports comes. When user packages are enabled or used on the system, up to 20 voicemail ports are supported. UC module supports up to 200 mailboxes or phones per system or in a small community network. In case where no user packages are used, then up to 40 voicemail ports are supported. This module enables voicemail storage for up to 380 hours using SSD flash memory. Let's make a sample configuration for preferred edition. On the www.avaya.com/easycode, we access to EasyCode configurator, going to the My Recent Proposal and create new. Click on the configurator, choose the empty configuration, configure, and now we have well-known view of the EasyCode configurator. First tab is customer needs. We should enter the customer requirements. Choose the country, location, and IP Office release. All these options we can leave by default, like IP Office for SMB, release 8.1, Essential Edition checked because it is prerequisite for preferred edition. We can select IP phones or digital phones or enter the user manually select phones. User productivity suite. Let's enter the number of the users. Usually preferred edition are used for more than 60 users, or if we need some advanced user profiles or call recording. For example, enter the 50 basic users, 10 office workers, and 10 teleworkers. We should select Preferred Edition, choose if this is part of the small community network, and at the end we should enter the trunk. For example, let's enter the primary ISDN trunk. When we enter the number of the trunks, it also enables the field for entering the number of the channels. Now it's the right time to enter the name of the proposal, so we need to click Apply Changes and then enter the name of the proposal and then save to proposal. Now we should enter the name of the proposal, for example, Preferred Edition IP Office, and click Apply Changes. Now we want to go back to the configurator mode, so we shall select Design Adjust, select IP Office System, and press Configure. Now we are again in the configuration mode, and again we are on the Customer tab Needs. I suggest strongly using of the help buttons. For example, if you want to know what Preferred Edition offers, you just click on the help button near the Preferred Edition and see the earlier our consideration about the maximum number of the voicemail ports, and the number of the default ports for default, and up to 40 voicemail ports. Also enables small community network. Preferred edition is required when the office worker, mobile worker, teleworker, and power user is requested. Okay, we shall go on and go to the telephone tab. Now we're on the telephone tab. We shall enter the number of the phones. We have 50 basic users. For them we can use 8 phones. For power supplying, we can choose a local power supply, but since the number of the phones are quite huge, I suggest using of the power over Ethernet switches. For example, Avaya 3500 Syria is well bundled with IP Office. For the remote, let's say teleworker licenses users, I suggest using our 9600 phones, which have enabled VPN software, and for them we set 9630 G phones 10, and for the 10 office users, let's say we can choose 9608. All phones will be powered by power return switches, but for example for the teleworkers we can choose local power supply. 10 pieces. If you want to select to have decked phones and the deck system, we shall first select number of the handsets. For industrial environments, we shall use 3740 or 3749 models of handsets, and after that basic chargers and IP radio base stations, compact or standard edition, with internal or external antenna. Power supply is optional, but it could be powered over power return switch also. For this system, we don't want to have DACT, but we want to have, as we said, two analog port for faxes. After we finish the number of the and type of the phones, we go up and we shall enter the next tab, Solution Details. On this tab there is a couple important settings regarding Voicemail Pro. Please notice that embedded voicemail is not available option. For Voicemail Pro is enabled, and we have 4 voicemail ports. Since we have 70 users, usually at least 10% the number of the users is the number of the voicemail boxes, so we can enter 4 additional Voicemail Pro. If we need call recording, Voicemail Pro enables it, but for web browsing it is very good to have Contact Store application. So we can select this Contact Store. For computer telephone integration, we have option to select CTI Link Pro. If you want to have additional Avaya IP phone licenses, there is option also, or for third-party IP phones, SIP or H323. VCM channels, suggested number is 24, we can keep it, and by default with preferred edition UC model is selected. There is also other options. We can choose none or custom provided, which almost the same, or external server rack mounted. Let's keep UC model and examine what we have. The help shows that external server rack mounted or UC module for it installed in base card slot. It doesn't support daughter card, and for up to 50 user productivity suite licenses or up to 200 ports per system, and up to 2 voicemail ports. But if there is no advanced productivity licenses up to 40 voicemail ports. Preferred edition license comes bundled with UC module, and the UC module could be installed at any of the 4 base card slots. Now we continue on this tab, see what EasyQuote configurator suggests us. VCM 32 card, and daughter card is single E1 card and 2 port analog card, since we selected 2 analog ports additionally. If you want to change something, we can choose the select use default configuration and enter our own choice of the cards. Usually this proposed configuration is right. Now we go to the support services. It is not mandatory, but it is strongly recommended to select either wholesale or co-delivery. Co-delivery is the option for the certified partners. Time support for business hours or for all day, and advanced part replacement. For our region, still not supported, so we choose no part coverage. On contract term, all options are prepaid, 1 year, 3 years, or 5 years. We can choose 3 years prepaid. And now we are finishing the configuration. Apply changes. We can click apply changes after we finish every tab, or after we finish the whole configuration, whatever you like. Maybe it's good practice to click apply changes after every tab. Since we receive no errors, now this means the configuration is correct. Let's again examine the number of the ports. 70 users, 70 phones, it's correct. 2 analog phones for faxes. VCM channels enables IP to TDM conversion. 1 E1 trunk port with full 30 channels. And that's all for this configuration, so we can proceed with save to proposal. If you want, we can add some additional parts on option quick add. Let's shortly check again what is the result of our configuration. And we can change something if we want. Let's add quantity numbers. Control unit version 2, Essential Edition. The number of the IP phones, 50. The number of the replacement line cords. For example, we have our own cords, so we can enter 60 as exclude quantity. 9630G phones for teleworkers with local power supply. support model for 3 years, which enables fully remote support by Avaya specialist. Also, it enables access to software maintenance patches, also minor upgrades and major upgrades. Teleworker licenses, 10 pieces. User admin DVD, additional 22 channels for E1, additional 4 voicemail pro ports, 10 office worker licenses, and since we have 70 Avaya phones, we have 70 Avaya IP endpoints licenses. Cables for ISDN, again we have our own cable, so exclude one. Power cable, power cord for local power supplies for 9630G phones, primary trunk card, also we have phone 2 card for analog ports, IP Office Unified Communication Module. Please notice that we don't have preferred edition license because it is bundled with this module. IP Office rack mounting kit, and at last 9608 10 phones. After apply changes, we will see the result of our configuration. The price for the exclude items are 0 here, and also for this cable here. Now you could go to download section and download either configuration or an Excel file, or download the customer proposal. That's all for configuring preferred edition of the IP Office. Goodbye for RRC and Avaya.